Scottsdale Event Photography. For people who don't know, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Barret Elengold. I'm a professional photographer here in Scottsdale, Arizona.
What sparked your move into photography? Were you always like a camera guy?
Great question. Kind of. In high school I did TV production, and I didn't know that would be something I was going to do. And when I graduated high school, I had moved out here to work for a production company, not thinking anything of it. And they introduced me to digital photography, and the history was made.
Awesome. Why did you decide to start your own business instead of freelancing or working with any of the companies?
Great question. I feel like it's very difficult when you're working with third-party agencies. The grind it's just nonstop trying to get work. And I created my own business, started with a niche that I thought I can heavily weigh into, and that has been the growth of my business.
You didn't go to business school or have a blueprint, so how did you figure it out?
I think it's a lot of taking action and a lot of trial and error. And the biggest thing is do not quit. Just continue to keep going, because there will be ebbs and flows, highs, lows, and everything in between. And if it's something you enjoy doing, if you do it enough, eventually you'll be on the other side of the hill where people are going to be contacting you versus you having to put in all the because you already did that. You already put in that work. Working for the production company when I first moved out here, you learn a little bit of the business side, but I think a lot of it's just taking action. And it's taken me over 10 years, and we're finally at that point. People know who I am and they know what to expect.
Why events? What is it about live events that keeps you coming back?
I love events. I love the high energy, the fast pace, how crucial some images can be, award ceremonies, to even someone shaking hands, and the details within, whether it's the tabletops, the ambiance, signage, to smiles, giggles, laughs, and everything in between. I love that. And being in the middle of business and brushing shoulders with whether it's executives or CEOs, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot.
For sure. Scottsdale Event Photography is big in Arizona, but now you're branching out. Tell us about that.
I am. A few months ago, I didn't know if I was going to continue doing photography or if I wanted to grow the business, and I decided, one day, if I'm able to do something really cool out here, why can't I bring this somewhere else? And now we're in West Palm Beach. We did a hard launch, and about a month ago, and we're already starting to get phone calls, and I have no plans on stopping.
Why West Palm Beach?
That's a great question. I have roots there. I went to grade school there, and I'm very familiar with the area. I know it's another stomping grounds for vacation, parties, corporations going out there to have their corporate events, and because I'm already familiar with the area, it was just an easy decision. And with growth, I feel like I can make that another hub spot.
Even though you grew up there, how do you approach a new market where no one knows who you are in the profession that you do now?
Great question. I think a lot of it is going to build up your online presence and build from the online source in. And so if we can get online dominance in that market for West Palm Beach event photography, and we can provide the same quality that we provide here in Scottsdale, highly believe we can be very successful there too.
Favorite type of event to shoot?
Favorite type of event to shoot? I love being outdoors. I like being in the sun or in the water, something just outdoors. And you'll see a lot of the golf events that I do are probably some of my more favorites because I'm in the sun, I'm doing the action shots, some portraits, some group photos. So it's a little bit of everything I enjoy, but outdoors. It's a lot of fun.
Different shoots require different tools to capture outdoors or whatever it may be. What's in your bag right now? What's your favorite lens?
What's in my bag right now, I have the Nikon Z6 II and the Nikon Z6 III. They're phenomenal cameras. They work fantastic outdoors in low light, bright light, any light will get the job done. My lens, we're using a 35mm prime, a 50mm prime, 85mm prime, and my favorite lens, my workhorse lens, my 7200. Those that's currently what's in my bag right now.
How do you prep before a big event shoot?
Great question. You know, a lot goes into an event. The day of, I'll wake up, grab myself a nice coffee, then I get my mind into the game. You know, we have an event to do, we have to be here at what time, and I generally like to get to my events 30 to 45 minutes early, so even if I've already been there before, scope out the place, know exactly what I have to do, where I have to be, and meet who I have to meet, get my camera equipment ready to go and set up, and if we start even 15 minutes early because we're ready to go, you can expect us to start once we're ready.
Sometimes there's no second chances for a shot. How do you handle the pressure when there's only one shot?
Oh man, you're asking really good questions. I think a lot of it is anticipation, and that comes with experience. You know, if you anticipate a handshake, if you anticipate a kiss, if you're doing a wedding, or corporate events will sometimes have award ceremonies, and being in the right place for the awards, a lot of it comes with anticipation, but with that anticipation comes experience and having done it before to know to anticipate if they're going to be shaking hands or passing off awards, or if you're doing a wedding, making sure you catch that magical shot.
How do you market yourself, especially to big brands?
You know, great question. I think a lot of it comes with my name, having a great online presence. You know, when corporations are looking for a company, I think they're generally going online, and once they see who you work with, the quality of your product, you start making a name for yourself quick, and some of the big brands that one can work with, that word will go out pretty fast, and at that point, yeah, quality matters, but you worked with so-and-so, I want to work with you too. Mm-hmm. And I see that happen a lot in this industry.
What kind of brands have you worked with recently?
Fun brands, Barstool Sports, that's a fun brand, big brand that we're working with. We work with H&M, we work with Adidas. You know, there's a big list of names that we work with, including Yelp, Indeed.com, GoDaddy we've worked with. The list is very big, so if we forgot a few names, I'm sorry, but we would love to continue working with these brands as well as more. We would love to work with every big brand, so give us a call.
What's next for Scottsdale Event Photography?
What's next for Scottsdale Event Photography? That's a tough question, and not tough in terms of it's just hard to answer, but we want to continue focusing on Scottsdale, and we want to continue to grow this market. And just as important as Scottsdale is West Palm Beach. We just had a hard launch there, so we want to continue growing there, get recognition there, have people know who we are there, and if we can rinse and repeat in West Palm Beach, we're going to be in probably we're going to start going to a lot more big cities, building our name, you know, hopefully nationwide. So we will be coming to a town near you.
Nice. What's next for Scottsdale Event Photography?
What's next for Scottsdale Event Photography? You know, we're going to continue to grow in this market in Phoenix and Scottsdale. We're going to continue to concentrate on West Palm Beach and grow our Florida presence. And you know, it's going to be baby steps and one thing at a time, but the ultimate goal is to continue to keep growing. So as far as what's next for us, making sure that we're loud enough to continue to be seen, continue to be heard, and keep booking events with, you know, the biggest of companies and the smallest of our neighborly, locally owned businesses.
Perfect. Rapid fire clip style questions. Favorite venue?
Favorite venue? That's tough. There's a lot of really good venues out there, whether they've got the best lighting in their conference rooms, nice courtyards, or just a beautiful scenic view around them. But I would probably have to go with either the Phoenician or Omni. Both have just stunning views. They both have nice big conference rooms, beautiful courtyards, and just anywhere you look is just a picture-ready-esque. You know, any picture you take is going to be nice. And if you can find venues like that, I mean, there's no reason why that shouldn't be your favorite. So those would probably be my two favorite out here.
Worst client request?
Worst client request, that's good. I think asking for raw images, but let's dive into that real fast. I think with raw images, oftentimes I think they don't know what that term means, raw, and so I think often it could be just give me the entire batch of images, whether it's blurry, out of focus, or just not the best image that you might think, because it's all subjective. Mm-hmm. Somebody might think that that's the best picture in the batch, and so when they say raw images, I think they're just asking for the entire batch, edit everything, and just send it to me, versus the actual raw photo.
Canon or Nikon?
Today or a few years ago?
I'd say right now.
Right now, Nikon, no question.
Best gear under $500.
Best gear under $500. You go onto a used camera website like KEH. You look up DSLR, Nikon 5D, or a Nikon D800, or a D700, or even a D600, and you get yourself a 35mm lens, a 50mm lens, or an 85mm lens. Even if you wanted to do a kit zoom lens, you're going to be in the game and you'll be competing with some of the best photographers.
One photo you're the most proud of?
One photo I'm the most proud of. I had just gotten this new camera 10, 12 years ago, and right out of the box I had gone to this parking garage downtown Phoenix and went to the very top, and right after sunset, so it's really cool. You got the colors, the lights, you know, the clouds, the planes coming in, and I took a photo that was probably held down anywhere from 10 to 12 seconds, and when I got home, immediately edited the picture, and it came out amazing. It's probably still one of my favorite pictures today.
Awesome. Last words from Scottsdale Event Photography.
Last words from Scottsdale Event Photography is you will continue to see us. We're going to continue to build our brand. We're going to preach at the top of the tallest mountain peak, and if you need a photographer, if you need a videographer, if you have an event and you need it documented, give us a call. We are the team. We are the best team, and you're going to get the product that you deserve.